next story is actually an article, but it's a video attached to it as well, but it's in another tab. So Jeanine Pirro, my goodness, I can't stand Jeanine Pirro. And shout out to Kid Gravity. I don't know if he's still in here. He actually talked about this on his channel, I believe, yesterday. So Jeanine Pirro, she called her colleague an Oreo. Now, her colleague, he looks like he could pass. I'll be completely honest. But when you look at him, you're like, oh, I can see it's something there. But he definitely could pass. And I'm going to read the article first, and then I'm going to play the video after. On the 6th day of this year's Black History Month, during a segment on The Five, Fox News co-host Jeanine Pirro used a racial slur and called her black colleague an Oreo. According to Merriam-Webster Dictionary, the term Oreo is a disparaging and offensive term defined as a black person who is perceived as adopting the characteristic, mentality, and behavior of white middle-class people. What prompted Pirro's outburst? The New York City Mayor Eric Adams, or rather his recent boast about having a quote-unquote chocolate administration. During a public appearance at a community event in Brooklyn last Wednesday, Adams alleged that one of the reasons critics target him is because of the ethnicity and racial makeup of his deputy mayors. Adams told the 5 deputy mayors to stand up, saying they need to see you. Have you ever seen this much chocolate leading the city of New York? And then go down the line. Look who's here. This is representative of the city. That's why people are hating on me, Adams continued. On Tuesday's show, Pirro turned to her black co-worker Harold Ford Jr., a former Democratic congressman from Tennessee. When I was reading this line, have you ever seen this much chocolate leading the city of New York? I mean, I didn't know whether that was offensive. Is that offensive to the people he was referencing? She asked Ford. Ford's response was, perhaps Adams was simply trying to say there's a vast amount of African-American leadership. Pirro then referred to Adams as being articulate, which can be another loaded and racialized term. She continued down this train of thought, asking, why did he call them chocolate? He might not have had enough time. He might have been trying to condense it, replied Ford, while adding that he would have handled the situation differently. Co-host Greg Gutfeld and Dana Perino then interjected, saying that Adams' audience should not have been offended. You're like my Cadbury egg, said Gutfeld to Ford. Perino quipped back, saying, he's my Snickers. Things got even more awkward when Pirro exclaimed, Oreo, that's it. Gutfeld, Pirro, and Wilder started laughing, but Ford seemed affronted, asking, an Oreo? Did you just call me an Oreo? Like I said, I'm gonna play the video so y'all can actually see the exchange. Pirro confirmed that she did saying, yeah. Ford then went on to explain that an Oreo is a black on the outside, white on the inside. As they approached the segment's end, Pirro seemingly tried to extend an olive branch for her statement, saying, Harold, we love you. I love you. You okay? I'm fine, Ford said. Mr. Mayor, thank you. As of yet, there has been no disciplinary action levied yet against Pirro for her remarks, and there won't be. And there won't be. Now, this is Jeanine Pirro. Let me zoom out a little bit so y'all can see her parakeet looking self. Now, if someone called Jeanine a graham cracker live on the air, she would have something to say. And we know she would. But let me go ahead and actually play the exchange for y'all so you can see for yourself, so you can hear it and see the response.
I would have said it differently.
And by the way, this is him right here. This is the one where this is who she called the Oreo. Like I said, when you look at him, like I said, he could pass.
It's a compliment.
Yeah.
And look at this woke mayor. But you got to keep in mind, y'all, this is Fox News we are talking about here.
I don't think anybody in the room was offended.
Yeah,
No one in the room is offended.
Harold, you're like my Cadbury egg.
He's my Snickers.
My peppermint patty, an Oreo. That's it. All right, that's enough there. Okay.
You call me an Oreo?
Yeah. Okay, next. Okay, do you like the fact that he...
And listen to, like I said, really listen to how it was. That was a nervous laughter from him. That was forced laughter from the person they said that about. But the rest of them around him, they thought this was so hilarious. They thought this was so gut busting, tears coming out of their eyes, having to catch their breath, funny. I mean, they were laughing so hard. You heard the first guy laugh. He kicked in high gear with his villain laugh. And you had the white woman, the blonde, come back behind him and says, "My Snickers," or Snickers. And then Jeanine says, "Oreo." And all he could do, and I think that was Jesse Walter sitting there? I'm not sure. I can't tell. The video's kind of blurry. And all he did was a forced laughter and said, "Did you just call me an Oreo?" Like black on the outside, white on the inside. And like Kid, I'm gonna echo what Kid Gravity said in his live yesterday. This is who they want us to align with. So on the one hand, you got the Democratic Party, who historically hasn't done anything for black people, but black people keep going over there and saying that they're going to do or they have done, but they haven't shown what they're going to do or have done. And on the other side, you have this, where they said we'll be better fit over there, but will we though? Will they though? Miss Renee said, but he's pink on the outside. Actually, Miss Renee, read what Jennifer Wade just commented. She said both of his parents are fair-skinned black people, kind of like what's his name? Steph Curry. His uncle, she said, his uncle helped us with my grandma's funeral in 2007. That's why I say he could pass. Like if you look at him, of course, at face value, you would think that he's a white guy. But the thing is, if he was a white guy, Jeanine would not have made that comment. See, to all of the people out there who are lighter in skin tone or look like y'all could pass, don't think for 1 second that they don't know who you are. Don't think about it for 1 second. They know. So you could try to blend in and have this imitation of life fantasy all you want, but they know who you are, just like we know who you are. But I bet you it's not one black person who would ever have called him that. They did that live on television, unapologetically, and thought it was funny. Like Amazing Lucas says on his channel all the time as of late, lineage of evil. And it was very coded language, like someone just said in the chat. It was very coded language for what they wanted to say. But this is who they are. This is what they want us to align with. I told you they can't get me. I've already, again, independent. I have no, this shows you right here why I have no allegiance to either side. None. One side won't do anything for us, and the other side has shown they don't want us anywhere near them. And I'm fine with that. But to those who want to like duke it out over who's better and what, y'all have at it. Leave me out of it. I'm going to just back away and let the sparks fly. Eventually, it's going to incinerate itself. But yeah, they insulted this man. And they thought it was hilarious. But like I said, if somebody was to call Jeanine a graham cracker, because that woman is Lebanese, by the way, in case y'all didn't know. For the longest, I thought that she was south of the Bordarian herself. But if someone was to call her that, what I just said, she would be so up in arms. She would probably be trying to take out a lawsuit. If it happened live on the air like it did, she would probably try to have them fired. But he had to just sit there and take it. Had that been me, I would have got up from that table and walked off mid-show. That's where he messed up. It's no way I would have sat there. It is no way I would have sat right there after they said that. Because it started with this one right here, then this one right here, then Jeanine said what she said and he started laughing, and now you have to be, while they're comfortable with what they said about you, you're sitting there in discomfort. Internally, he was probably pissed off, as he should have been. Because like I said, it wasn't enough for them to just say it. It's that they did it live for millions of people to see and hear it, and nothing, and I mean nothing, is going to happen to them for what they did. But they will get up here all day, every day, and say what is wrong with us. I've been told people about Jeanine. I've talked about Jeanine several times over the years. That woman has a staunch anti-black spirit and aura about herself. And not once, to my knowledge, and I could be wrong, has this chick ever been checked for the stuff and the filth that she says about black people. If she said it, please let me know, because I must have missed it. I wish I would. If she had said something, I would not have wanted to miss that opportunity to really like call her out and pretty much laugh about the situation. Jerry said, how come Jesse didn't say something? Because he's anti-black himself. Remember who Jesse Waters replaced. He replaced Tucker Carlson. And to show you, even to prove to you even more how anti-black Fox News is, remember when Tucker Carlson got taken off the air and the interim replacement was a black man? Man, you should have saw the comments people left all over X about this. They was up in arms. They was mad as hell because Tucker Carlson, being the premier quote unquote PC man over there, gone, and now his temporary replacement, who was just a substitute, he wasn't there permanently, was a black man. They were so upset by that. But when Jesse Waters came in and became the permanent replacement, you would have thought the clouds cracked open and that the heavens opened up and that the angels were about to descend to earth. Exactly, Kid Gravity. This guy, Harold Ford Jr., got a wake-up call live on the air. It's rare that that happens, but it can happen. And in this case, it did. I don't know what he's like, what kind of response he gave from this, because I haven't seen any statements come from him as it pertains to how he felt about that situation. But I could tell by the tone of his voice, he was very pissed by that. He just didn't express it while he was there. But like I told you, had that been me, first off, I wouldn't even be around him. That's number one. But hypothetically speaking, had it been me and I was there, I would have got up right there and walked off right there. But guess what? They would have still had something to say. Why are you being so sensitive? It's only a joke. You know that's what they would have said. Them right there at that table and the people watching. You know that's exactly what they would have said, or something along those lines.